This is WDSU News at 10.
Back in the Crescent City now, Hollywood stars were on parade in the CBD tonight. The HBO miniseries, The Pacific, premiered in the Warehouse District. Academy Award-winning actor Tom Hanks and others walked the red carpet at the Morial Convention Center. As for why the miniseries is being premiered in New Orleans,
personally, it's a very appropriate setting. I was here for when Stephen Ambrose opened up the original, the first annex of the National, it was called the D-Day Museum back then, the National World War II Museum, came back for the Pacific Wing when it opened. This is just sort of like a home of all things scholarly in regards to the history of World War II.
The Pacific airs on HBO a week from this Sunday on March 14th.
It's nearly spring in New Orleans, and we're still shivering.
I don't even have a heater in my house. I never needed one, you know? It's crazy.
What's up with the winter that's kept up soggy and cold and even snowy?
Well, yesterday's storm is gone, but we can't get rid of the clouds. When are we going to see the sun? I'll let you know. Coming up with the weather.
Sometimes your hands and eyes and feet are doing more communicating than your words.
I'm running in place. I'm getting away from you.
We'll interpret the signs and signals that add up to body language.
This is just sort of like a home of all things scholarly in regards to the history of World War II.
And Tom Hanks brings his devotion to telling the story of World War II to life in a new miniseries which gets a glittering premiere in New Orleans. Fox 8 News at 9 starts right now.
Live in HD from WVUE TV New Orleans, this is Fox 8 News at 9.
All right, megastar Tom Hanks came to Hollywood South to premiere his latest venture.
This is just sort of like a home of all things scholarly in regards to the history of World War II.
Even though it wasn't shot here, Hanks came back to New Orleans to launch his 10-part miniseries, The Pacific. It follows the real-life journey of 3 U.S. Marines, including one who grew up in Mobile during the Second World War. The Pacific tracks the Marines across the Pacific Theater from their first battle with the Japanese to their return home after VJ Day. Hanks said the city's storm history and state's tax incentives are among the reasons he and other Hollywood producers keep bringing projects to New Orleans.
I think that there is a substantial amount of stories now that were generated by everything Katrina, and it is fascinating. It is a part of our history. There is also a smart tax deferment, the production thing that goes on that the state did that can make sense monetarily to come here.
The Pacific was executive produced by Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, and Gary Goetzman. Since the series will air on HBO, other cable stars like New Orleans native Wendell Pierce showed up at the red carpet. He talked about his own cable series, Treme.
It's authentic. It's very authentic. Celebration of the culture of New Orleans, and actually what we're going through right now as we try to recover. So it's really a tribute to all the people who have come back to rebuild our city.
Pierce says Hollywood South has proven itself as one of the movie industry's top destinations. Treme will debut this spring.
Some people have high hopes for that. Maybe the next Sopranos.
It should be good.
We'll see.